think she wanted to send the message that if you're really good at what you do, whether it's a blue collar job or a white collar job, you get the kind of clients that will pay you good money to live the kind of the quality of life you want to live. Hello, welcome to another episode of Movie Dissect, my brothers and sister. Like I told you in the last episode, we're going to be reviewing the movie Sista in this episode. Yes, the title is Sista, S-I-S-T-A, Sista in Pidgin. It's called Sista. Anyways, like I said, we're reviewing the movie and not the title. The story is about a struggling woman who has two children, and her worst nightmare comes to pass where their father returns after over a decade, comes back into their lives and thinks that he could just buy them up with money, right? But it's working, and Sista is not finding it funny. Yeah, so Sista is a very interesting movie, and I'm not surprised because my favorite director was on this one. Yeah, this movie was directed and written by Biodun Stevens. Like Biodun Stevens is like my favorite director at the moment in Hollywood. I enjoy her stories. Nice one, Biodun Stevens. I really enjoyed this one. The main cast, we had Kehinde, Bankole, we had Deyemi, Okanlawon, we had Bisola, Aiyeola, and a lot more Nollywood actors on this one. It was really a good one. It was produced, I think the production house was Shutter Speed Production. When we come back from our break, we'll go dive into the ratings, my ratings for this movie after watching it. Don't go anywhere. So welcome back from a short break. So I'm going to, as usual, rate this movie or talk about this movie based on 7 parameters, which I think are very important when you're making a movie. I'll start with the plot of the story, right? There is no movie without a story. As with every Biodun Stevens production that I have watched, any production by Shutter Speed, yeah, their stories are very relatable and simple. Like when you look at the story, you read the logline, you're like, this is normal now. So it's very relatable, so simple and enjoyable, right? So I really like the story. But what is more important, I think, for me, for this movie, is that a lot of Nigerian children will relate to this story. Even those who their fathers were present, like their fathers did not run away. They were there throughout their life. Because we're so used to our mothers going the extra mile to make sure that we're okay. And this story kind of brings that to bear. So whether you feel like your father was there all through, or your father abandoned you or whatever, there's a way you still relate with the character, Sista, in this movie, and it was really interesting. So for dialogue was great. Everyday language used perfectly, and that's like a signature with Biodun Stevens. You don't have big language everywhere. You don't have pedestrian, but it's just so simple and relatable, and you could actually flow with the conversation that's going on in a movie that she has produced. Sound was good, clean audio, nice selection of soundtracks. I totally enjoyed the feel. Our costume and styling, costume was cool, it was good. For those who were supposed to be like rich, affluent in the movie, they showed it was cool, it was good. Their interior and everything was nice. But I had a little challenge with that of Sista, right? Sista is supposed to be like a struggling woman and trying to raise 2 kids who are now young adults after secondary school and all that. One of them is even in the university, right? And she's a cleaner. For me, I think fine, she was dressing according to her economic status, But when she was leaving, it was kind of tush. Like, that really didn't depict a struggling woman for me, sha, right? Her interior, like, her house was really nice, cool. That's not a struggling woman's house. Oh. But I also want to look at it from another perspective, right? I think there's a communication, there's something that a message that is being sent, maybe subconsciously by Biodun students. Maybe she was um, deliberate about making sure that sister wasn't living in a very dirty environment like you expect, right? For a struggling woman who is a cleaner. I think she wanted to send the message that if you're really good at what you do, whether it's a blue collar job or a white collar job, you get the kind of clients that will pay you good money to live the kind of the quality of life you want to live. Because there was a conversation that happened, and one of the characters said, "Oh, if you wanted sister to clean your place, then you have to book well in advance because she's a definition of fully booked." So I'll tie that to what I saw in her standard of living to say, okay, that she's a cleaner doesn't mean that she couldn't have afforded the kind of lifestyle she was living, no matter how that's like middle class lifestyle. So it was really cool. So I'll explain it away that way. But I think, man, if you say struggling woman in Nigeria, I don't think many struggling women that are cleaners can relate to that kind of house and such environment. Like looking at like an estate. Hey, clean out the estate for estate. Okay, there are levels to this cleaning job, right? Okay, let's move on. Cinematography was cool, like sweet. I don't know, like maybe I should come and do an internship on Biodun Steven set. God, she knows how to make places look beautiful, and I enjoy the cinematography, camera movement, and all. Sorry, guys, I'm going to be loving everything about Biodun Steven's production. Don't be angry. If you're angry, go and do your own review with your own director. Biodun Steven is my director. Okay, let's go. Acting was natural. Sorry, I'm going to mention her name again. There's something about Biodun Steven directing actors, because I've seen actors in other movies and I've seen them in Biodun's movies and they act differently. You can relate with the emotions they're trying to portray. So the acting was very good. Everyone came with their A game, right? Kehinde Bankole for me was the star, which she's supposed to be because she's the major character in this story. She did well. In fact, she brought me to tears many times because I could relate with a mother who is struggling. Sometimes it took me back to my own experience as a child, also trying to look for ways to support my mom in her different small businesses, things she was doing to make ends meet. So it was really relatable and I really enjoyed the acting. The children, right? I can't remember their name in the movie, but they did very well. Acted like real Nigerian children who are looking forward to the soft life, but man, they still have to manage, because our mom is trying for us and cannot be complaining. You should watch the movie, it was really cool, right? Now, editing was good. Like I've noticed, I watched Breaded Life. Biodun Steven also directed Breaded Life. And there's something about the way she moves in her stories from the present to the past and then back to the present without confusing the audience. It's very difficult to do, right? Many directors, many editors find it difficult to do, but this editor did a very fantastic job. And I think, in fact, it was really good. So you don't lose, you are in sync. So when you see the going down memory lane, and when they come back to reality or present time, there's no confusion. They're still in sync. The story is still enjoyable and you're flowing. So that was really a good one. So thumbs up to Biodun Steven. If you've not seen this movie, you should go check it out. I think it's on Amazon Prime. You should go watch Sista on Amazon Prime by Biodun Steven. So I hope you've enjoyed my review of this movie. If you do not agree with me, please do not fail to tell me in the comment section. I'm willing to read and learn from you also. Kindly subscribe to this channel for other entertainment shows that will bring your way every week. Okay, so next episode, guess what movie we're reviewing? We're reviewing Big Love. Yeah, Big Love. So watch out for our next episode. Bye.